Who here has heard of the company Nike? Pretty much all of us. Now, who here is familiar with living on $1.25 a day? My name is Jordan Norris, and I work on the I work as Jim Keaty's right-hand man. Jim Keaty developed Educating for Justice, which is a social group that educates justice throughout the nation. Today, I will be talking to you about the life of a sweatshop worker in Indonesia, along with Nike's income. What is a sweatshop worker? What is a sweatshop? The U.S. Department of Labor defines a sweatshop as a factory that violates 2 or more labor laws. The conditions of a sweatshop are pretty brutal. There's no air conditioning and little to no windows. The hours, everyone who's working in a sweatshop works over 60 hours a week and close to 14 to 17 hours a day. And in the developing countries such as Indonesia, 250 of those people working are children. 250 million are children ages 5 to 14. So mostly women and children are the people that are working in these sweatshops. And they are the ones working in the sweatshops, and men aren't working. 85 to 90% are women, and then there's no health benefits for the women. And so one thing that goes on is that women, during their, say they get pregnant, they can't miss work, so the pregnancies happen like on the job site. And then another thing is for when women go through their menstruation periods, they have to prove to the boss that they are menstruating, or else they would have to keep constantly working. And here's a picture of a sweatshop. You can see there's hundreds of people that just lined up, sitting in a chair, building shoes and shirts for Nike. And they're, like I said, there's 85 to 90% are all women and children. Now, $1.25 a day. My right-hand man, Jim Keaty, wanted to see if these accusations from Nike were true, so he went to Indonesia to see if these were true. Jim Keaty lost 25 pounds in the first week. The houses that these workers are living in is an 8x8 cement concrete wall. And with that $1.25 a day, after paying for housing, transportation, drinking water, you're left with about 7,000 rupiah, which is about 47 cents, and that can get you 2 meals, 1 drink, and 2 bananas. And so you say, well, okay, you have food, but at the same time, you want the rest of your basic necessities. A tube of toothpaste costs another 2,000 rupiah. A bar of soap costs another 2,000 rupiah. And that's just for one person. If there's a family of 4 living in there, this is not a living wage. This is not a wage in which an individual could live on. Now, Nike's income. Nike's revenue a year is $24.12 billion. That's $24.12 billion. Now, the question I have is, how come some of that money can go to these people that are working in the sweatshops? They work just as hard for the company as anyone else. Now, all of y'all, who's familiar with Tiger Woods? Okay, Tiger Woods is one of the many people that has endorsement deals with the company Nike. Tiger Woods gets paid $100 million for just to wear Nike when he plays golf, and just to talk about, oh, how great the company is. Jim Keaty in Indonesia showed one of the workers how much Tiger Woods make, and the woman answered, Tiger Woods makes enough money in a second to buy me a house. Why? I work just as hard for the company as anyone else. Now, some changes that have been made since then: women no longer have to prove that they're menstruation, and then also the workers do now can develop unions and can assemble. Before, they didn't have free assembly at all whatsoever. Now, you say, why do I pick on Nike? There's Reebok, there's all the other companies out there. Well, Nike is the world's biggest manufacturing company for athletic sportwear for men and women and kids to this day. Now, the company in their code of conduct and in their mission statement, they say, in the communities in which we do business, we seek to do not only what is required, but what is expected of a leader. Now, my question is a leader someone who allows this to take place that's going on with their workers? Now, raise awareness. Well, what can we do? You all too can raise awareness about what's going on. Nike claims that, well, the sweatshops are just there, and the owners of the sweatshop run it, we just buy the product from them. Well, if you're making so much money off of the product, why isn't there any way you could help these people who are living in such terrible conditions? In not only Indonesia, but in other countries as well. Any questions?